morning everyone, it's bright and early, 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm heading north on a road trip, meeting a couple of mates with their fish pros along the way. Got about a 6-hour drive ahead of us, up to a remote area in the far north. Be doing a bit of beach launching, more than likely some surf, so it's good to have a wingman to enjoy these adventures. Bit of anticipation for these big trips, a lot of knot tying, redoing all my knots and getting prepared. You just never know if you're going to strike that big one, so here's hoping. This is what we make all the effort for. These big adventures, going into what we call monster territory and having the opportunity to catch the big one. This is the heart of the city now.
Prepare to keep left in 3
Considering we're amongst COVID, there's still plenty of construction and not much has slowed down in New Zealand. It's a busy little place in Auckland City. A lot of people will be getting up soon and heading to work, so here I am going fishing. Just over to my right here is our biggest marina in Auckland, West Haven Marina. A lot of flash boats down in here, and you might see in the background
to keep right in 3.1 kilometers onto SH1.
lit up. That's the Auckland City. Just heading over the harbour bridge now. Always a cool feeling to know that you're heading out of Auckland and you're on a fishing mission, so I need to catch up with my guys, so I'll check out for a while and make my phone calls and see where they're at on the motorway so we can meet up. Back, it's been a couple of hours. I've just about arrived in Whangarei, the next city, so starting to get busy. There's a bit more traffic. Sunrise will be soon, so I'm just going to stop and get a hot drink, maybe something to eat, and catch up with one of the guys I'm heading up with. And yeah, then we're going to go through a few more small country towns, and my next stop will be to get some ice, so I'm all prepared for anything I catch. So just arriving into the hustle and bustle of Whangarei. Everyone will be getting up soon and heading off to work, so I'll just make my quick stop. Just about 3 hours into my road trip now. Just arriving at
Take the next
Kawakawa.
left onto Queen Street.
My navman's telling me what to do. Here's a thick fog now, and we're at 4 degrees Celsius, so she's a bit brisk in the mornings as we're fast approaching the colder months in New Zealand. This is a cool little town that we're going to go through on the way to Kirikiri, being the next bigger town on this adventure. Everyone's up and about, starting their busy days. So yeah, I've got another 3 hours to go before I'm at my destination. Still got to do my ice stop yet, and yeah, can't wait to get out fishing. Hopefully the wind drops by the time we get there. It's forecasted for some really nice weather. There's a local policeman. Just about to go over the triple set of bridges. These are always a bit tight when I've got my tandem trailer. It's quite narrow. There goes one of them.
Drive for 20 kilometers.
And here goes another. So I get a few guys ask about if I've got anything different on my Fish Pro compared to anyone else's, like on my fish finder. To answer you, it's all the same exactly the same as what you guys get from the factory. I just run a Garmin 62 CV, and I've got the high grade charts, the G2 HD with the extra contour lines. That's the only extra thing I've added to it. So it's got the same transducer as what everyone else is running, the GT15. Just got to make sure that in your settings, which you can see on the corner of your display, it'll say GT15 if you've got it set up correctly. And also just make sure, there was a few of the earlier Fish Pros that there wasn't quite enough fluid in the transducer, which you can see through the clear tube inside the hull. So if you're not getting a clear bottom reading, that's normally about the only issue it could be, if it hasn't got enough fluid in it. So yeah, I run that. I just keep all my sounder all on the standard settings. Probably one of the key points to my success with fishing is I use my charts to go and find some structure where I think there potentially could be some fish, and I'll slowly wander around the structure until I see some fish sign, which you might often see in my videos, and that's there is where I'll proceed to set up my drift. Pays to try and cause minimal disturbance. You don't go hooning around or at fast speeds when you're hunting for fish. The more stealth you are, the less chance you have of scaring the fish off. So when I've found the area I want to fish, I'll normally just ride up in front of where I'm going to drift back towards that fish sign and drop my lines at the same time. So yeah, not a lot to it really. I don't have any better gear than what anyone else uses. I don't find a big need to being upgrading to a larger screen or higher tech gear. Quite happy with just using the 62 CV. That does me fine for all my adventures. While I've got a bit of time, it's a good opportunity to talk about some things I do outside of my fishing. I develop a lot of cool products to go on the Fish Pros and other units out there for people to enjoy their sport. And of recent, I've made it a lot easier for people who are buying online to be able to get their goods a lot quicker. So now I've implemented DHL Express on my website. Just got a bit of a fast track through here on the roads, the windy part. So yeah, on my website now, when you're buying internationally, like going from New Zealand to Australia, it's typically about 2 to 3 days shipping time now, which is making it a lot more attractive for our international customers to buy the cool gadgets I have on my website. And America and Canada is about 4 to 5 days shipping time now with DHL. So it just means everybody can get their gear a lot quicker. And some of the more popular products that I seem to be seeing people buy from overseas are the ultimate reel covers. They protect your reels and rods. So one, they're going to stop the salt water spray from going all over your precious reels and not making them work as well and costing you to have more in servicing. So yeah, if you don't cover them up, you're basically going to have to service them more regularly. And if you've got the reel cover on, it also, the Fish Pro version, that attaches to the top of the rod holder tube, and then it'll stop your rods from bouncing out as well. So it's just added protection for your gear. Also another cool product that I do is the front mount that goes on the ST3 hulls. It mounts on the factory bolts up the front, and that there will allow you to easily and securely attach your GoPro, or otherwise if you want to add a quick solution for your navigation lights, the Railblazer navigation light fits straight onto that front mount when you order it with a starport. So I also do the jet ski net as well. It's a product I help specifically develop just for jet ski fishing. So my next turn off here is to Kerikeri. closer, and this is about 1 hour from the destination of one of my coolest social trips that I do, which is up at Doubtless Bay. Such a beautiful part of the country. One of the local schools just here. For this session, I'm going to use my favourite reel now, which I've liked for this big fish territory. I'm going to use my Northern Branzino, the Daiwa 30128, I think they call it. And I've got my trusty coastal Daiwa rod, the 70 MH, which is what they call a medium heavy. Somebody did a nice passing maneuver on me. So yeah, I'll be using that for targeting snapper, and I've also got a new jigging set as well for my mechanical jigging, which I wouldn't mind having a crack for the kingfish. I'm going to use the latest reel from Daiwa, and that is, I think, the 35 JP overhead lever drag reel with its new style rod as well, so that should be cool. And I'll take my trusty sole and surte up there for my soft baiting, because you've got to be prepared for any bust offs or gear damage when you're up in that big fish territory. My soft baits and all that I've got for these sessions up here, I've just got all my trusty favourites. Big snapper, probably my go-to would be the Gulp 10-inch eel, and the favourite colour for me would be the natural colour. I've tried the black and the silver mud, but the natural just seems to have a nicer colour about it. I think it's more attractive to the fish. It's got a little bit of a purple sheen on the outside. I'm guessing it's a bit shinier, and just the general action of that eel just seems to be very attractive to the big fish. It seems to work really well as well, even if don't have a lot of current. If it's a hard day to get much drift, it's just such a slender bait that it will still be able to attract the fish. And with that particular bait, I definitely use the longer hook, because you want that hook further down the bait, so when they strike the bait, the fish, that you are going to be able to hook them. So I use the 7 Varo Nitro jig heads, and when I'm up this way, I'll use anything from sort of 2 to 3 ounce, because I'm often fishing sort of 3 to 4 knots of wind, and drift actually. Yeah, there's a lot of currents up there, and I don't ever bother using a drogue or anything like that. It's just one less thing to worry about, and I don't need to have concerns about forgetting to pick up my drogue before I start my fish pro and sucking it up a jet pump and having a bad day. So yeah, just try to keep it as simple as you can for the sport. The simpler you keep it, the less gear you take, the more you're going to enjoy it. And my philosophy always is, if you're going to take that much gear and you want to overcompensate for everything and take everything you can, you just got to have a boat. And that, why would you want a boat when we have the fun that we do with the sport? So I can tell you now, if I had a boat, I would not be able to go on the adventures like this one here, because I launch on very soft sand beaches and very remote areas, and it'd probably take me a lot longer to drive to these destinations, with a lot more preparation, and I'd need a whole crew. So if you like your independence and your freedom and be able to just go wherever you want, this is the sport for you. And then you meet a few buddies, like we all find with the sport, you'll be heading away with them as well to enjoy it. And yeah, each of you are your own skippers, so very cool what we get to do with the Fish Pro, how far the sport has come. It just makes it easy for you to be able to buy a unit from a shop and get out there and do it tomorrow. Basically everything's done for you. We've thought of everything. You've got the fish finder all mounted already, the cooler box easy to go on, it's all after this fishing adventure. We're going to be at the boat show, the Wilco boat show in Auckland on May the 13th till the 15th on the seadoo stand. So make sure you come down and see me. I'll be there with the fish pros and be able to talk to you and answer all your questions and catch up. And it's always nice to hear if you've already got one. And also in May, I think it's the 21st of May on the Friday night, I'll be down at Action Sports Direct in Mount Maunganui for a catch up with all the local fishing community. And on the 22nd, on the Saturday morning, I'm going to go out for a fish with anybody who wants to join me, so that'll be great. So I hope to see you there. So this is Maunganui that I'm just arriving at, and just up here is where I go to get the ice. All good? Ice on?
All good.
Ice is on.
Okay, so I'll go grab ours.
See you at the gas station.
See ya.
Yeah,
Oh, bulk ice for us. Keep our fish nice and chilled. Back her up. Best way to do it. Here we go. Just arrived at Frosty's. Hard at work. There he is, there's the man. What a stunner of a day. See what type of shot you are, Frosty. Marcel's bins full, ready for fishing. Arrived at Doubtless Bay. This is the destination for one of the social trips I do. We've got an event coming up in October. It's the Seadoo Monster Snapper Hunt, where we have over 80 anglers coming up here for a really cool weekend away. Really well catered. We've got all buffets and all staying in the one venue. It's located right on the beach. Got a boat ramp right where we stay and some awesome fishing grounds. We've seen some very good fish caught in this area, and there's so many places to go exploring. A lot of coastline, a lot of structure, and it gets deep water pretty quickly. Renowned for some good snapper fishing, but there's also kingfish, trevally, John Dory, sort of anything you can think of, and even the big game fish. So very special part of the country to come and fish. So all those people that are signed up to that trip, you're going to have another awesome trip. So I'm not stopping here for a fish on this occasion, going an extra couple of hours north. My next stop will be at the local Z fuel station. Gonna stop there, just fill up the Toyota and fill up my Fish Pro, get all prepared for going a little bit more remote. So quick stop, also grab some lunch, be prepared for a day, because even though we're just going to have completed a 6-hour drive to the fishing grounds, we're going to go out for a fish. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? So yeah, head out for a fish today, suss out the area, get up to speed. Always find if I haven't been fishing for a few weeks, it takes a couple of hours to get in the zone to be ready for that big one. So we'll head out very soon. I hope we'll be on the water before lunch. So some people be going to work about now, and this is my work. I'm pretty damn lucky. So heading out fishing. A lot of logging up this way. There goes one of the big logging trucks. Such a cool part of the country. The beaches are just truly beautiful here. This is Cable Bay and Doubtless Bay. Pretty cool place to launch down here. Normally ride out on the ski in about 1 minute and you're into fish. So I'm just gonna pull in up here, fishing for the day all here. So I've got Neville and Marcel joining me, just keeping it safe on this remote adventure. Neville's already over there, already fueled up, be waiting on us. So we'll just get our diesel in and put the fuel in the Fish Pro and we'll be off. Getting close now, 5 hours into our trip. We're all in convoy, so this is the last turn off to head north to the top of the country. Weather's definitely warming up. We're outside now at 9 in the morning. It's 15 degrees Celsius, so definitely getting a bit nicer for our day out on the water. Just going through the avocado farms here, just before Hohora. It's a big development up here now. Looks like it employs a lot of locals, which is really good for the community. Quite a big operation they've done here. Just acres and acres of avocados. The next township up here at Hohora has some local charter operators. Do some pretty good adventures. Watch them on Facebook often, catching some nice fish. Mainly targeting snapper. Definitely big snapper territory up these ways. So I've just got to stop not far from here to grab a bite to eat. Have some lunch for on the water today, in case I get a bit of an appetite from all my fishing. So stop up at Honeybees, I think, and organise my lunch, and then probably with my early start tomorrow, organise something for tomorrow too. Quite a handy little spot this, just off the main highway. Get good coffee, lunches, and then next door they've got fish and chips. Neville, Marcel,
first trip ever. That's
ready to come on a fish slaying session.
Yes. Good morning. Can I have what did I have last time? A chicken sandwich, thanks.
One of the locals where I normally go for dinner when I come up here. Just getting his Fish Pro ready. Neville's getting ready. Going out there to see what we can catch today.
Yep, we're ready.
Reel covers on. Some hurt on that run. Don't need any kingfish at the moment, so you can go back. Good fun, those fish.
Dusk that we talked about. Getting ourselves in as well. Oh, good way to finish a session. This is what we came here for. Good work. That is a fat king. Woo. What a fatty. Time to get this one in the catch bag. Just about dropped him. Lucky duck. Oh, some good fish sign there now. Gotta get down there. Looking good. Triple hook up. Using the Lime Tiger grub for this session. Just a 6-inch grub. Really important when you put it on to actually have it looking true and straight like that. It's well for the fish. It can be all the difference to whether the fish is going to strike it or not. And that's a good one. There's a bit of weight in that. Oh, it's a beautiful John Dory. Look at that. That's a lovely fish, one of our nicer eating fish. That is very nice. Really enjoying that one. Oh. They're here. Oh, that's what we wanted. A few head shakes. Be an epic way to finish the day. Here it is. Big one. That'll be one for the smoker. One for the smoker. Ooh. What a day. Lime Tiger, 9-inch. Marcel's in. Good fish. You guys all fished out? Last fish. Okay. So there were some good fish here. Oh! Come on! Oh, yes! Yes! Oh. Do the miles, get the smiles. Feels a bit like it.
No shark.
Hopefully not. It's got snapper tendencies. Yeah, he's moving. Oh, yes. Gosh. Come on. You and myself. Come on. Doing the hard yards now. Ooh. Woo. Gosh. Wasn't expecting that. Just after the last one. Yeah. Feels like a snapper. Woo. What a fight. Put up a good fight. Woo. We can let him go, eh? Just under his jaw. Okay, go home. Oh yes, there he goes. He's off to the deep. We're all fished out. Fish in the bag, fish in the bin, and time to go home. What a day.